Next thing we're going to look at, one of the first things I saw that I really liked was these flags. And they come in red, white, and blue, or black and white, which is what this one is, or a subdued black and white, which is more grayish. I kind of wish I would have got it, but done is done. This is not installed correctly, and I'm going to show you what's wrong with these things. Like any cheap stuff you buy from China, and unfortunately this was not cheap. It was, I think, 38 bucks for the grill guard. Unfortunately, they don't do any testing over there. You know, their quality's getting a little bit better. The steel they use is pretty much still junk. Don't hold paint very well. But this particular accessory, which came from Hook Road, but all kinds of people sell them. Rugged Ridge sells them. Dozens of people sell them on Amazon. I suspect they all come from the same place. One note, I see in the comments a lot of people worry about heat, but plenty of air gets through there. It was almost 90 degrees here yesterday, and I was on the highway for 2 hours, and I paid really close attention to my heat gauge, and it ran same place it always has ran. So heat is not an issue. We'll find out on 105 degree day if we get one here later this month. But I suspect there's not going to be a problem. It's perforated enough to work. I do like them. They protect your radiator better. They look better than the honeycomb hexagon that was in there. And they're going to keep bugs out of your radiator too, as long as you install them correctly and make the correct modification to it to be able to install it correctly. You'll be fine. And it's an advantage to have it. Right now, the way it came, and I don't see anybody mentioning this in the comments. I see a lot of people putting these on new Gladiators and new Wranglers, and although when they were first designed for the older style Wrangler grills, like pre-2019 I would guess, they probably work fine. They are not fine for the 2020s and 21s, certainly, and maybe a year or two before that. I don't know. These actually have two grill inserts in them, these new ones. This silver here is a separate grill insert, and those are all held in by the same fasteners that hold the honeycomb in. Now when I see people who put these in on YouTube and on videos on Amazon, the install's fine for the older models. It's not fine for this model, because after you take the honeycomb screws out and take the honeycombs out, you have to put the screws back in, because that's what holds these things on. And as you can see, the bottom's a little loose on one of these because the screws only go like here, 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 and here. And so there's a way to correct that too. But the biggest problem with this is, you notice how this is pretty tight up against the grill insert here. It's a little ways off there, and same over here on this side. It should be that all the way around, but look what happens as you get towards the center. These things are a good inch away from the grill when you get to the center. And the reason being is, you might have a hard time seeing that, but there's a tab right there that's sticking out that helps hold the honeycomb in, and that's got to be fixed. I mean, you can put it in this way, but what's going to happen is bugs are going to drop down into this slot here, and you're going to get a buildup of dead bugs in there, and things going to flop around a little bit, and it may look okay from right here, but if you're particular about your vehicles like I am, that is simply not acceptable. Have that big gap in there. And what that comes from is this tab over here is hitting up against this grill and preventing this from coming the rest of the way out. Now this one's even farther away because this holds it farther away, and the two end ones hold it farther away. But you can see this is like a 1/4 inch away from the tab. So what needs to happen is we need to cut slots in here, mark it, cut slots in there around this tab so this thing can fit out flush with the inside of the centerpiece of your grill inserts. I did not have the tool that I needed to do that. It was at the Ohio place, and I was in Fort Wayne at the time, at my house in Fort Wayne, and didn't have the right tool, so I went ahead and put it in. But it's going to come back out, and we'll go through that. But in addition to cutting those slots, once we get it open, I will show you the differences of how people are showing you how to put this in on YouTube and Amazon. That's not correct and how to do this correctly for these newer model ones, and how to make this fit and fit right. So we'll get to that. I'm gonna get my tools and lay everything out, get the hood open, and we will come back once my girl's here to man the video. So we will see you then.